Today on the podcast, we are talking about getting out the way, leaving it alone, and altogether, no thank you. You'll find out what that's all about in a minute. Frame Money Podcast starts right about now. Welcome to the Frame Money Podcast, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Bobbin Weavin Jr., a.k.a. TK, along with my man Omar Williams. We call him O, and Denise Obi, we call her D Nice. Y'all say what's up to the peeps.
What's up, good people?
Hello.
It is another lovely Wednesday morning, and y'all know how we do. We jump right in and get things started right away. But before we do, it is Affirmation Wednesday, and y'all know how we do. We get them in and out the way. So if you got them memorized or you got them written down, get your day started right. And if you're getting the replay of this via video or getting the audio of this, it's Affirmation Wednesday, Affirmation whatever day that is for you as well. If you're ready, then let's go and get it started. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. Today, I'll become better than who I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it started. So today we are talking on the topic of bobbin and weaving. And if any of you happen to see the Tyson and Paul fight, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to jump right in because it's possible there's not a lot to say, and it's possible there may be a lot to say, depending on where this conversation goes. So I'm going to start like this. Number one, I'm not going to lie to y'all, which I never would choose to do that, but I had absolutely no interest in this fight whatsoever. Absolutely none. I had no gumption in my being to attempt to watch this fight. Now, that's just me. But I will say this. I'm pretty sure, number one, lots of money was made. Number two, they had a whole lot of viewers. And number three, people may or may not have been entertained. Okay? So my question is this, and this is, and we'll all chime in here, but overall, before we get into the ins and outs of what we saw or didn't see, what are your thoughts on the Tyson Paul fight? Just off top of your head. We'll start with O, and then we'll go to Denise.
So let me just the way my night went, me and my wife knew the fight was coming on. Everybody was talking about it. All my group chats were going crazy, right? So we're sitting there just in the living room together, like, let's why not? Let's watch this fight, right? So it was like 3 or 4 fights before it. I think maybe 3 or 4 fights before it. So we watched one fight, and it was actually it was a middleweight championship fight, which was a legit actual fight, right? So we watched that fight, and it was buffering going on. So I was like, what is going on with the buffering? Like, I would have to go out the app and go back in to get it to go again, and maybe 5 to 10 times of that, and I'm not exaggerating.
Man.
Yeah. So we said, you know what? Let's watch something else together that we watched together, and enough of this fight. I said, and then okay, we were done with the fight, started watching what we watch, and it was like 11:30, and the fight still wasn't on yet. And I'm like, what they're not going to do is hold me hostage just to be part of this whole thing that I watched the fight.
Part of the hype.
I said, you know what, babe, I'm going
Yeah.
upstairs. She's like, yeah, I'm right behind you. I am not staying up to 1 o'clock to watch a 60-year-old man fight a 30-year-old man. Or what? I don't know how old Jake Paul is, but so that's what happened. And how do I feel about it? Again, get your money, young brothers, or old brother and young brother. Get your money, but I didn't see the worth in staying up till 1 o'clock to watch it.
Got you.
So
Denise?
I have to agree with O. I didn't see the unction to stay up and watch it. I actually forgot about it, and I think it was more of like a humiliation for Mike Tyson, and to show him like, okay, he's in the 60s, like you really can't, you really don't have, you're not really like how you used to be. You're not there anymore. As far as for Paul, he hasn't fought like, he's just a game. This is a joke to him and a gimmick. He just did this for money and for laughter and for clout. That's what we say nowadays. He did it for clout. And that's exactly what people gave him, is the clout that he wanted, to fill his head up, fill his ego up even more, to not only expand his brand for him and his brother, but to make more money. And then for Tyson, even at the end, I don't know if you guys like saw the pictures where Netflix accidentally panned out to when he was walking away and he wasn't even dressed. And I was like, now why would you do that? Because that has to be something there where they just thought, okay, like let's be funny. Let's humiliate him even more. And I think that's what a lot of these younger guys want, is to humiliate Mike Tyson. But I mean, he still got it somewhat. But I'm not gonna write Mike Tyson off. But he should just stop. Yeah.
All right. So,
but that's my 2 cents. Yes.
Again, there was no unction in my being to watch this whatsoever.
Right.
None. Now, I have seen the highlights, whether it be funny ones, real ones, or whatever. I've seen the highlights. So I know what happened. I know what went down. I know the biggest issue was the fact that Netflix had issues with connectivity.
Buffer.
I think that was the biggest problem people had. So that's number one. I think maybe moving forward, Netflix may fix that. I don't know. I think it's the first time they did something like that. So I guess they figured, hey, we're Netflix. We can hack it. Let's do it. It also was a money-making thing for them as well. So, I get it. Just to address Omar's thing, I believe that Mike Tyson is old enough in this day and age to be Paul's grandfather.
Yes.
So I'm not going to sit there and watch someone fight someone who's old enough to be his grandfather in this day and age. Now, Mike Tyson's not 60 yet. He's 58. But in this day and age, he is old enough to be Paul's grandfather. No, thank you. Right? And then you have the fact that Denise said, you said that you kind of forgot about it. It was hard for me to forget about it because it was just everywhere.
It was
right? It's just like the whole publicity of it. Now, I didn't know what night it was, but I didn't know it was coming. So when I finally knew what night it was, I was kind of like, nah, I'm good, man. Like, I'm not wasting my time watching that. And according to it's 11:30 at night. The fight hasn't even started yet.
Late.
They had about 3 or 4 fights before it. And I'm like, man, like, okay, like this is kind of wasting my time. In my opinion, right? Then you have the whole humiliation thing, like Denise said, where I saw the video of him walking around and his butt cheeks are just out, and I'm like, why are they filming this? Like, what is the point of this? What is the point? Now, I will say this. Now, Denise, you said that he doesn't have that or have it anymore. Here is my thoughts on that. There were a number of training videos we saw on social media of Mike Tyson training, right? And mind you, they're not all. You don't get the totality of the training from front to back. You see these video clips, and it appears as though Mike Tyson, at 58 years old, still can move, right? And so in my mind, I'm thinking, man, if Tyson come out like that, Paul might be in some trouble. But of course, after 3 rounds, that might be all Tyson got if you come out like that, right? And we all know that Tyson was I'm gonna knock you out in the first 1 or 2 rounds, and the fight gonna be over. If Tyson goes past 3, 4 rounds, he starts to get very tired because all of his energy is exerted in the first 2 or 3 because he's trying to knock you out. That was his MO. Knock you out, fight over, right? And in Tyson's career, until he started getting a little more mature in age, he had a little more stamina. Early in his career, if the fight went past 3, 4, 5 rounds, he was in trouble if he didn't knock you out. And so I'm like, all right, man, like Paul he might be in trouble if Tyson come out like this in the training videos. And then we get to the fight, and all the highlights I've seen, it's like, where's the Tyson that I saw in all the clips on social media? I'm like, he didn't attack, he didn't come after him. And then I'm kind of like, okay. I'm like, this just seems like, hey, I'm doing this fight because I'm a little low on cash right now. So I need to get a little cash in my pocket because I'm a little low.
Right.
And listen, as Stephen A. Smith would say, listen, man, go ahead and get your bag. Get your bag, call it a day. I got you. You know what I mean? But based on what I saw on social media and his training sessions and what I saw in the ring, I saw 2 different people. Not sure if y'all recognize that I saw that, but I did not see the Tyson I saw in training as the guy I saw in the ring.
Right.
So that's what I saw. And then to me, I'm kind of like, is the jig up? Is this all just kind of like, hey, let's just go make some money and call it a day? That's kind of what I saw. So not sure what y'all saw. That's what I saw from watching the videos that I saw, the highlights I saw. I'm like, I expected Tyson to come out going at this dude. And then, like, all right, at the first 3 rounds, all right, Tyson, that's it. Like, you had nothing left. You exuberate all your energy. You didn't knock him out. So I was disappointed in the fact that I don't believe it was entertaining, but I also don't believe that it was something that necessarily should have ever been put out there.
Right.
Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that Tyson doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have it the way he used to have it. But I'm going to tell you this. At 58 years old, I myself may not go toe-to-toe with Tyson right now. He's 58. If I get him down early, okay. But if we go toe-to-toe, I'm like, he can still hit you and hurt you. I think he can. I believe he can. But he's not the Tyson that was just going to knock you out in the first 3 rounds unless he came at you. And I expected him to come at Paul early based on what I saw in the video clips. That's all I'm saying.
Why? I feel like the joke is on. The joke's on us, man. Like they kind of tell you, like, did you if you saw the Roy Jones Mike Tyson fight, right?
Right.
If you saw, did he fight Holyfield again? Maybe I might be making that up. I don't know if he fought Holyfield again
after the last time.
Yeah.
I think
did he fight older though?
I think after he bit his ear, that was it.
They didn't fight at an older age. Okay.
I don't believe so. Well,
if you see how these fights go, these older fights, you got like Floyd Mayweather's fighting still, and they got these big old gloves on, and they look like they're kind of just trying to just get through the rounds. It's like, I don't know. Mike Tyson still has it for 60. But he don't have, like I said, he's not the 20-year-old Tyson. He's not the 30-year-old Tyson. he ain't even the 40-year-old Tyson. He's the 60-year-old Tyson who, like you said, he got a bag. And again, man, I will say this, Netflix, as bad as the stream was, they're coming back on Christmas for NFL. Christmas Day, they're doing NFL. So
I did see that.
So they could be on to something. I would like to know how like the revenue goes, because at the end of the day, it was what, 65 million they said watched. It was more than they said it was more than any live event. Like they broke records, right? But people are like,
I believe it was 75.
Was it 75 million?
I think it was 75.
Yeah.
So
like,
yeah.
but the question is, okay, is that 75 million of subscribers? Because you gained no new money. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So you holding events, it costs you whatever amount to run it or to put it together and pay the guys, and then you gain no new customers. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's a great idea, though. I think it's a great idea. I think they'll figure out the buffering, but I don't have to see anybody over 40 fight again.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Over 40, I don't know, but definitely not over 50.
Yeah,
Definitely.
You're right. I'm sorry. 40 you act, yeah, because I think George Foreman won a heavyweight championship in his 40s.
He did.
He did. I take that back. So let's say 50. Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, Denise, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna add two things real quick. First, I think the whole Netflix thing and buffering, I think especially for Christmas Day, that happens again. I think they're gonna see a drop in especially their stock. Because if you look back in was it Under Armour? A couple years ago, Steph Curry was at a game and his shoe ripped apart, and Under Armour stock I think fell by 6% after that game. And people were like, "Oh, that's nothing," but they showed like how drastic that was for them in profit, just because his shoe, like, I think he like ripped it at the game. So I think for Netflix, like, if they don't get this right for Christmas Day, and I think, is it the Chiefs that's playing?
I think so. Let me look.
I think it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, is it the Chiefs?
And then
hold on, we got they
got
Beyonce performing.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if it could be the
Ravens,
Browns,
Texans.
Ravens, Texans. It could be the Browns and the Panthers. So, it wouldn't matter if they got it wrong on that game. That would be bad.
Right, and just imagine people watching Beyonce and boom, it starts buffering. Like, that beehive is coming after Netflix. Right.
Let me take the other. Let me take the other side of that point, though. So you're right. I think people are going to be outraged, but my only thing is, I don't think nobody's signing up new. So you already have Netflix for the shows you like, for the movies you like, and then you get this football game on. Now for a protest, you might go, you know what? I'm canceling Netflix.
But think about
You're not getting any new money.
But like I said, to Denise's point, I can see for a protest, people may be like, you know what? They ruined my experience. They forced me here because they didn't have to have it. They could have gave it to somebody. Somebody else could have had this game, right?
Right.
And you could cancel your subscription at least for 2 months. That's a lot of money lost in 2 months, right?
It is. I would say this. I personally, this is me, and listen, I could be making a bad business decision. If I were Netflix, personally, I would just stay in my lane.
Agreed.
Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel, such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing, and embroidery for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it.
It's a frame of mind.
I would just stay in my lane.
It works. Whew. Okay, I'm sorry.
If it works, it'd be great.
If
But
it
the question
works.
is like, if you get it wrong too many times, what's the cost of that before you get it right and it does
true.
start to work? If it works,
That's true.
you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So,
Because they know Beyonce's coming, so they're gonna
She's
gain the
coming.
subscribers
Yep.
there, and then they're probably gonna do like the free trial, like, oh yeah, sign up for a week for free, and then boom, boom, boom. After that, pay what, however much it costs,
Right.
and then once the Super Bowl's over, it's like, or the Christmas game is over, it's like, okay, I saw Beyonce, I saw the game, I'm done now.
you know,
I
So
think all they got to do is attach a charge, a cheap charge for games and fights, or not even football, like fights. So you know how you get paid, you charge like $75 for a pay-per-view. They can say if you have a subscription to Netflix, $10 to see the fight. That's 10 times 65 million. It's a lot of money. That's over $500 million in a night. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But we're saying you gotta get it right.
You got to get it right. That's true.
right,
Because that it's $10.
That's true.
But like I spent $10. I already had Netflix, and I couldn't see
And I
half
couldn't
the
see my
fight.
fight. Right.
Can I get my $10
Right.
back?
Pay-per-view don't buffer.
It's
right,
right. It's just $10.
Right.
But I mean, man, come on! I already had Netflix
Right.
already.
Right.
You know.
That's a good
right.
point.
So you know, I think all in all, they went out there, they tried something, and they said, let's just do it and see what happens. And they took a risk.
They did.
And listen, and taking a risk, it could either be the best decision of your life or it could be the worst. You're taking a chance. And I think Netflix has enough space and capital to make the mistake and then correct it. But I also think, too, that if you get it wrong a second time on a big event or a big day like Christmas, that could hurt.
That's going to be bad.
Or it could hurt more than just something. It could hurt a lot. It could hurt your stock. It could hurt your subscribers. It could hurt new people coming in. You know what I mean? So it's huge because, I mean, Netflix, they're worldwide. So, I mean, and my own knowledge, I mean, I don't know this, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of their subscribers are from the United States. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then knowing us here in the U.S. is like, we'll get mad at you for a minute, and after a while, we'll forgive you and we'll come back. After a while, you know, if we really like you. But in the moment, we mad at you, so we like, nah, man.
Ain't nobody messing with them.
Ain't nobody messing with you. And after a while, you'll go to somebody else, and they'll get you mad. You're like, man, I'm going back to Netflix. So you kind of get everybody back. So it's that just how things work. You know what I mean? But overall, again, I was not at all amused by this fight. I feel bad for Tyson from a moral standpoint. But if you saw what Tyson said that even though he lost, he still won. And he said, hey, you know, about a year or so ago, he's like, I almost died. He's like, I had a number of blood transfusions and things that happened to me. I lost, 20, 25 pounds in the hospital. And then I had to kind of train my body again to get back to just being the guy I was. And so for him, he said to have his children see him do this in Dallas Cowboy Stadium in front of all these people to fight a guy like Paul, he felt that even though I didn't win the fight, I won because I accomplished something and I came back from something that almost took my life. So I would say, hey, for him, that's a win, right? Overall, you know how the critics are, the analysts, the critics, the journalists, they're going to find all the little nuances to say how it made things look bad for him and for Paul too. And when it's all said and done, number one, they got paid. Number two, Netflix got paid to a degree, right? Even though they didn't gain any new customers possibly, but they got paid. And anyone associated with this fight got paid, right? And then here we are still talking about it. You know what I mean? It's what we do, right? So again, I would never want to see a lineup like this again. And I even saw an interview with Roy Jones Jr., he's talking about him and his Tyson fight when they fought. And he said at that time, they said, hey guys, don't go in there killing each other. It's just a nice little bout. And Roy Jones Jr. said the first time Tyson hit him in his chest, he was like, I felt like I got hit by a brick. He was like, I know Tyson can still hit that hard. He said, then I realized it was actually hard to actually hit him. Now, mind you, this was some years ago before Tyson got to the age he is now, but I'm like, I do think that the few times that Tyson did connect on Paul, I mean, he got him good a few times. One time he got him in the face, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's the one right there.
Mm-hmm.
But then he immediately backed off, and I was like, that's not the Tyson I know. Because Tyson, if he hits you and you back up, he coming. He is coming. So,
it's rigged. It's rigged.
I heard it was rigged too.
That's what everyone is saying. I mean, all in all, it was a money-making thing. I mean, listen, all sports is money-making. But when you see it, it's kind of like, hey, at the end of the day, people got paid. That's what happened, right? I haven't seen Tyson bob and weave like that so much in my life. That's probably the most I've seen Tyson bob and weave in that fight than in any fight that I've seen him fight in, that I've seen. So any last words on this, guys?
You got to do.
So wait, question.
Uh-oh.
So the fight was at Dallas, the
Yeah.
Cowboys Stadium.
That's correct.
So that's why he lost in itself. Because look at their record, the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott got hurt.
Gosh.
So there you go. I just opened up another can of worms.
Listen,
'cause
but check this out, though.
that explains a
Check
whole
this out.
lot.
So, you remember how the Dallas Cowboys were complaining about the sun being in their face and having curtains up?
Right.
They put curtains up for this fight, right?
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now, listen. Let me recant that. Hold on. This is what was reported, that they put curtains on the windows for this fight. Now, again, there were fights that happened before this, right? So this is all leading up to their fight.
Right.
Now, mind you, on the East Coast, Dallas, they're about 2 hours behind us, right? So it's still dark outside if you're doing daylight savings time. If it's 12 midnight, it's 10 o'clock there. So if you're starting at 7, technically, to a large degree, in Dallas, sun is still down. But this is what was told. I don't know for a fact that this happened, but it was reported that this happened, that they covered the curtains. I mean, they covered the curtains, covered the windows so the sun couldn't shine in. And they're like, well, if they're going to do this, why can't they do this for football games? And Jerry's like, well, I pay y'all to go do this.
Right.
And you knew when you signed up to come here, you knew what this stadium was like. That's the talk for another day. Anyway, Tyson and Paul, and whoever else is out there listening, we love you guys, but don't ever do this again.
No.
Don't ever do this again.
In Paul's time for a real
Ever.
fight. It's time for Paul to go an actual real fight with a person
Well, from
that's
what I
trying to
understand,
win.
what I understand, him and Conor McGregor might be ready to start something up. So, and listen, I don't know how true it is. People, that's that propaganda out there. It's like, oh, now he's going to fight somebody for real because now he done got called out. We'll find out.
I think it's so much money attached to him that like people are just signing on the line saying, you know what? Yeah, I won't hurt you. I'll run around with you. And if you hit me, okay, I'll get this little $30 million and walk off. Like I don't know.
I think that fight's gonna happen because he's in like some type of case right
McGregor?
now. On McGregor, he's under a lot of heat
Yeah.
for some case
he
with a
needs the
woman.
money.
So he's probably like, I need that money. So I
And that's the
definitely see
guys
that
they're
happening.
picking. Guys who
Wouldn't be
need the
surprised.
money, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, McGregor's he's a real fighter. I mean,
He ain't
He's
a
good
boxer
though. I
though.
mean, yeah.
he ain't a boxer. But McGregor, he went with he went up against
Floyd.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Now that was a real fight.
it was.
Right.
But I mean, you got guys out there who.
They respect each
Yeah.
other.
But
So
what guys are saying is that Paul's not fighting real boxers.
Right.
no.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
He's not fighting real, legit boxers of today. And that's the thing that's being put against him. So, again, like Denise said, maybe he's just all about his brand, and all he wants to do is have these publicity, stunts happening and just get his brand up. And maybe that's all. That's his MO.
Mhm.
Maybe he has no focus to fight actual real boxers. It's just, hey, let me fight these celebrities and these athletes in other sports and just do these publicity things and kind of see where that goes. Because in today's world, you can do almost anything. And if you sell it, you make money. And if it keeps happening, you just keep doing it, right? So we'll see how long we keep falling for the okie doke. We'll see what happens from there. So.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right. It's a frame of mind.
All right. Well, enough of that for the day. I'm pretty sure that the sports world will keep talking about this for the next few days, and hopefully it'll kind of blow over eventually. But you know what? I will take this over Bronny James any day.
G League.
He
The
is,
G League, yep.
and that's why there's less talk about him now, because he's not with the Lakers. He's in the G League. But I will take this over Bronny James any day. So
I know this
Just
is off
saying.
topic, and we don't have to go down this because I know we're wrapping up. But do you feel like they stunted his growth by taking him out of college too soon?
absolutely,
Okay,
Part
we
two.
don't-
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I agree.
And the reason I say that is because, and if we want to have a discussion on this next time we can,
Okay.
there were a number of college players that were ready, more ready than he was. And they got looked over because he was Bronny James, including one of his teammates,
Right.
who was averaging 16.5 a game.
Wow. He's not in the league?
So I don't believe so, but that could be something I could look into.
Okay.
So join us next time. We talk about Bronny James and his teammates who didn't make it to the
There
NBA
you go.
because of his name
There you
being James at the end. We'll talk about that next time. Maybe we'll have that. I know a lot of sports talk is not that frame of mind ink thing, but listen, all of this has to do with your mind and how you think. Trust me. It's the business mind, it's the mental, it's the physical, it's the spiritual, all that, And listen, sports, when you talk about sports, whether it's the trouble someone's in, the trouble they're not in, how great they are, how great they're not, it's all mental. Like, you have to believe you are who you are, or you have to believe in what you do and how you do it. So it's all mental, all mental. So it's all good, but maybe we'll talk about that aspect of it. At least we're not talking about him in the Lakers, because we're talking about now he's in the G League, and then the aftermath of how others got looked over because his last name was James. That's it. Anything else? We can wrap up.
That's it, man.
All right. Well, continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. And until next time, myself, O, and Denise, we holla.
Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.